50% around Spain. Probably one of my favourite tracks, at least. Sector 3 could be a bit better. It could go back to its old formation, but
Ooh,
I'm
it's
here
very
today
dark, I'll
with
say that.
Sambo.
Hello. It's very dark, by the way. I should mention that.
Yeah, I will see that
It's
as
Inters,
soon
by
as my
the way.
game decides
On
to load in.
intermediates.
It's Inters. Ooh.
Don't know how long it's going to be thingwed for. Well, if the weather's going to change at all this session, but as usual, as I say, beginning the season as pre-season, of course. Also to note that this is the testing track from real life F1. We've been noticing the real life teams that have been testing this week, the 2019 cars. So
That has been quite interesting. I mean, it's a shame they're not broadcasting the second week, but yeah, I think most people say, "Oh, this year's cars are going to be 1.5 seconds a lap slower." I don't think they're slower at all. I think they might be the
they're
same
faster.
pace, maybe even a bit faster.
I think that's a Ferrari that's coming out first, from the looks of it. There's another car in front of him, and it's up the other Ferrari. So it's Force India. Tom Battlers has left the session.
I'm behind.
And I think we've lost the host. Is he the host? Yeah, we've lost the host. Great stuff.
Right, so things are going well.
Yeah, I think we're going to restart. Oh! What have I just watched? Great game.
I love this game. We're literally not even about a minute and a half in, and this game has already decided to spread its wings. Glorious. Just connection issues all over the place. Nothing we can do about that
with this game.
But,
I would prevent ranting about this game, but I've ranted many times about how this game is terrible. In terms of the way some of it works.
Team Masters just don't care, do they? I mean, like, I went to the esports, actually went to it for the final because I won tickets, lucky me.
Thanks.
And it's like you could see these issues coming up at the esports. And it's like you can see the desync happening in esports. And it's like, if it's happening there, I think you should fix it.
Yeah. And they say this game's esports ready.
It's just not so. It's just
it's not. Alright, need to get back in the session again.
yeah.
I don't get
Right,
it.
take 2. Hopefully it's the last take as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got that. Oh, fun lottery FM notifications want to come up on your Xbox as well with invites. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If it even wants to join for me.
Yeah, I mean, because it happened right at the beginning, it shouldn't take that long for everybody to start this session back up and get everyone else back in, because we had 16 drivers, I think.
Yes, and I'm currently
16.
Spending ages on a joining session screen. Okay.
Hopefully no one gets black screened like I see a lot.
Okay, I'm going to clearly reset my game and come back on, because for some reason the game does not want to load. It does not want to load me into the session. I'm just reeling the game. Okay.
I mean, a couple of months ago, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I was actually having trouble starting up this game in the first place. Like, I'd have to try like 3-4 times just for it to start, and I know it's not my Xbox because every other game was starting up fine.
I do have that issue myself sometimes, but I think it's mainly I only play like 2 or 3 games, and whenever I take one game out for a long period of time and leave it in the Xbox history, it sometimes doesn't load another game straight away, and it'll take 4 attempts to load it for some reason.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm playing 4 different games. I've got, on my desk, I've got F1 2018. I play that a lot because being part of 6 leagues, you've got to expect to put it in a few times.
Of course.
Dirt 4, Skyrim, and Mad Max.
Never gone back in. Ah, fair enough. I'm only between 2. I'm between 3 at the moment. I'm between F1, obviously, for like 1 league, Destiny 2, and Borderlands. I
played Destiny 2 until Forsaken came out, and then I couldn't afford the Forsaken, at the time, and I said, everyone else has got the DLC. I'm gonna feel really left out. I'm gonna find another game to play. That was my thought process behind it, and I kind of want to play Destiny again, but I probably will again one day.
It's one of these games, but I often find it's a very big grinding process once you get up like a certain amount. So it's like the maximum level at the moment in terms of power levels 650, and with like the new DLC with like the Season of the Drifter coming, that's going up to like 700. I'm just like, geez, I'm only just catching up.
I got really annoyed though. You know the Summer Solstice they had last year, where you got that 400 light armor.
Yeah.
I got all of the armors for all 3 of my characters, and then they just upped the light anyway. So it was a complete waste of time.
Yep. I never bothered with the festival thing where we were to get Thunderlord, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't, because I wouldn't be able to get it.
Talking about Spain, though.
Yes.
I know it was because, they did change Sector 3 because of, wasn't it, Marco Simoncelli lost his life in MotoGP?
I think it was something like this track, or it was somewhere along those lines. It was definitely a Spanish track of some nature. I don't think it was Barcelona. I think it was somewhere else.
Let me go and have.
I know there was another track that was named in his honour, or part of it was named in his honour, as what happened after his accident, and I can't remember what track that was. It may have been this track, but I'm not sure. May have to go and look that one up. Looks like somebody picked their car and I'm picking Spectre. Which is good.
Aha, here we go.
Right.
Take it to Catalonia.
Take 2.
Because this track, it isn't actually, compared to some tracks, very old, because it was built in 91 for the Olympics. It was finished a year early. There's a little fun fact for you. So they used it in 1991 was the first race, and they've held it here ever since.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, it's one of those tracks which is deceptively difficult, I tend to sometimes find. Because you'll often find that sometimes when you're going, you think the corners are quite long and flowing, but then they'll tighten up at like the exit. So you kind of have to have the best line going into some certain corners. I cite particularly the long flowing right-hander after you exit turn 2. If you come at turn 1, turn 2, and that flowing right-hander. So
it's raining again. I think, did they set it so it would do that automatically? Because it makes sense if they did it. Make it exactly the same as last time. But yeah. It's not like we're missing out on anything. We're not missing out on any weather. But
nope.
I'm not sure if it's getting drier later on. I guess we'll find out.
Yep. The great joys of it's kind of like we'll probably be better at predicting the weather than what Jeff usually is. But yeah.
Yeah. Jeff is terrible with the weather.
Yes.
He'll be saying rain will dry up in 15 minutes for about 20 minutes, and then when he's still saying 15 minutes, it'll dry up the next lap. And you're like, come on, Jeff.
Oh, is it? What car was out first? I think it was. Nope. It looks like not him. The first car out. It looks like it was Amazed. It was first car out.
It was.
So this will add a little bit more difficulty to this track as well. Just a note extra, because this track is sometimes treacherous in the dry. Add in the wet conditions, and it makes it even more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't experienced rain around Catalonia very much at all now I think about it, so I'm not really too sure what the sort of track evolution's like, how quick the line is going to come up, because it does come up quicker in some tracks. More the shorter tracks it dries quicker because cars are passing over the line more frequently.
Of course.
But yeah, I think the biggest threat to somebody crashing in the race will be rear tyre temps, although Codemasters did put a patch out that quote-unquote fixed tyre temps, so...
Yes, fixed in quotation marks. We'll have to see on that one.
Yeah. I did air quotations, so I know you can't see that, but I did air quotations in my room then.
Yeah, so did I. The problem that they're going to have a lot of these drivers is is going to be one of the first to set his lap. and so it's going to be a case of in the third sector, everyone just bunching up and trying to find time to go for their laps.
Yeah. Bacon Young backed up quite a bit as ESR and Maze goes on the field right, like the long right-hander at the end of the lap to start. Yellow 6-3, that's just the people slowing up, as we just said. How late is he going to break into turn 1? Pretty late for the wet, just after the 100 metre mark. This is slow down tightly, a bit of oversteer through sector 2. I think these
nice
first
management
laps will probably
there.
just be...
I must have through that long hander.
First laps will probably just be a few
laps?
sort of banker laps. Yeah, banker laps. People not really too confident in the track. I mean, for all we know, it could be drying up later. Yellow sector 2, sector 3. Again, that's the people backing up. Although it's going all the way back into sector 2, people are going to have to get out of the way pretty vividly.
Yes, that's the... I will say this, you can actually defend quite easily on this track, even with DRS, if the car behind is not close enough to remove, even with the DRS, if we have the DRS in the base. It's one of those tracks where if you can get enough gap out of the last corner with a decent run, you're sorted, because the car behind is not really going to be able to make a move.
Wow. Maze getting on the curve a bit there, having to save the rear end from going
I
round.
will say, some of the curves are here, especially the high curves, the sort of the orange, the curves with the orange markers on them. You don't want to put on the power near those, because they will spin the rear end of your car out. And considering I don't fully know what the assists are with assist or non-assist with this E-car, then it's getting interesting. Wow. KJ Gamer sets the fastest lap.
KJ though completely, well, I think obliterates would be a bit of a understatement, because he not
3 seconds quicker than VR Service told him there. But all the times coming in now, as we've lost Ben Ziller from the session already.
I mean, I've tried it in the past. You can't. If somebody bins it in qualifying, there's literally no hope of seeing where they binned it, because the game ghosts their car and yanks the car out of them off the track.
Unlike with last game, which you could actually see where somebody's car was when they crashed. I don't know why they went backwards on that from the last game. I mean, last game was a buggy mess. This one's even more of a buggy mess than the last one. And racing ACC, what was...
So quite a few close laps through the field. I mean, P11 and P12 are only separated by 7 thousandths of a second. So, if it's drying a race, people won't have to worry about what tyre they qualify on, unless it dries up at the end.
I must have been sterile. I brought a lot of fuel on board, because in W or whatever his game tag, he what that was 135. The one person that's still left to sit left was Preston Evans there. Preston Evans in the Haas car.
Wow. I think NW
Weirdly enough, I would assume that you get some of these people, some of these drivers would be running with more fuel than just for more than just one lap. Because if they're not going to, depending on what the weather's like for the race, I wouldn't assume they'd be using these intermediates again, depending on what would be happening with the weather, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but that's more what I tend to do when I go for wet qualifying sessions particularly. Depends if you go for a harder compound, but with wet compounds, you can set, because if tyre temps are low, tyre deg is low, you can set quite a string of laps and probably go faster in the process, because you're just getting more feel for the track, you're getting a bit of a
evolution
dry line,
as well,
getting your tyres up to temperature.
Forming, sort of you often, the more laps you do it, the more the line forms as well, like the racing one will form out of the, there's less spray on the racing line as well. Suddenly when you go off, then you notice a lot more of the spray. Especially if I'm fairly sure some of these
very
drivers...
tidy line until you rev the engine to absolute, I don't even know. But anyway, it's been a pretty...
That's a tactic some people do tend to use.
Yeah.
I found it kind of like gets the maximum out of the car, but only at a certain point you use it to actually get the most out of the car. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, you particularly saw that. You don't see it as much in this game, But last game, you see people start downshifting almost sometimes before they break, just to get that extra turn in. VSR Verstappen, by the way, has gone quicker than KJ, going up by a tenth of a second. Great effort from him. Eke, is it Eke? I'll call you Eke. 0-0 goes third.
Yep. That's what the gamer tag looks like. If he thinks it's pronounced differently, he can feel free to say at any point.
Okay.
If he's watching, or if he watches us back.
Yeah, let me know. I'm not great with names, but what you tell me, I tend to get it right a lot better.
Yeah, it's just new people. I mean, I don't really know any of these drivers at all. This is kind of like a completely unknown field to me for the most part. So it'd be interesting to see how they actually do in terms of their racecraft, etc.
Infamous abandoned that lap after a not fantastic third sector comparison to what he did last lap. He got a
no, he might. I'm going to see if he validated that lap actually. See if I can find them.
Yeah, he had a massive slide from what I saw through the slow chicane in the third sector.
That's why he backed off. He didn't even validate his last 2 laps. That's why he backed off. And I think that KJ Gamer has gone for another lap. I don't know if he's gone in the same set of Vinters or if he's gone for a new set.
VSR Verstappen is about to set another lap. Well, about to come up to set another one. Cuts the corner massively. That was an impact. Ignore me.
Yep, he's gone in the pits.
And so,
while we're just watching the travel program, we can actually probably go through the team selection for this season for the drivers. I don't think we've actually covered that yet. Sort of thing. I don't know if it's actually been covered on the actual thing way. So, the Mercedes, I think we have it's Infamous. Nolan Infamous. In the Ferrari, I think it is Mighty Dylan and Verstappen. Red Bull's just Tom Battlers, I think, isn't it?
He's in the
Toro Rosso.
I think Ben Zilla is in a Red Bull, and I think there's one Red Bull missing today. I'm not too sure who that would be.
Yep. Hopefully he's back for the first round in Brazil.
I don't think either of the Hasses are here today, so we'll
we have one Haas. We have one of the Hasses. Fresco Evans. He's currently in P8.
Oh, so there's a Force India and a Haas missing. They look so similar in colour.
KJ Gamer has gone fastest again.
Just proving quicker.
Base service is showing base service happening. Yeah, I'm still here, you know. I think we can have it.
Yeah, Verstappen's going to see quite a qualifying battle between the two.
Yep. And I'm seeing distinct strategies here played amongst the drivers. Some drivers are going straight just for one lap and then coming in. Other drivers are going for multiple laps and then coming in after that.
Yeah, because I think KJ has now gone for a second lap straight away. I mean, he didn't have nearly as smooth sector one as he had on the first time round, but I think
that was a very nice
tyre temps are actually starting to. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's tyre temps or he just had a bit of a scruffy run himself, but the second sector was much better than his first sector was. A lot less lockups, a lot less sliding.
Yep, he's up on his time though. He's up on his time by just under a tenth. KJ Gamer.
Worth finishing. Alessium validates. That was a big slide. Looks like people are running high ballast at the moment, which in the rain is a brave move
choice, to say the least. So here comes KJ Gamer for the final corner. What's he going to do as he comes round? Oh, that's wide. Oh, that's going to cost him.
That is wide.
Oh, he just. He lost half a tenth there, I think. I think he lost like half a... He was just under a tenth quicker than his fastest time in the middle sector. And he was just quicker by 0.50. Also, Ace has popped himself in the second place. Very quietly just popped himself in the second place.
Yeah. You can see that dry line is starting to really appear now because they're going round about 2 seconds a lap quicker than we were at the start.
We're starting to see the time get closer now though, because looking at the time, I mean, there's not much in it.
Separated by a second, that's... I mean, between P5, P6 and P7...
It's 1.4 seconds down to 16th.
Yeah. I mean, those are like Austria sort of times, you see.
Of course. This is like a much longer lap than Austria though. This is about a 1. Beginning of the way of racing there. Oh, he's come back in. I think that may have hampered his lap slightly there. Or he was on it in a lap.
Yeah, when I said Austria sort of time, so I thought about what I said then. I mean, Austria sort of gaps between the drivers. I'm not.
Yes.
I know I'm a bit of an idiot, but I'm not that stupid.
No, I wasn't meaning that in terms of that sense. I was meaning in terms of the lap time's a bit longer. I see it in trials. Basically, try to say, here's what you mean. There's about that much of a gap.
Yeah.
What would actually be the
Kowalski,
case
by the
for
way.
Austria.
P2.
Oh, who just went flying through the? I just saw somebody
Jesus.
take the old final corner there.
I think that was Bacon Yum.
I didn't see somebody going through. Just like, meow, just through that.
I got that on
just
stream.
through there.
You're guilty, my friend.
No. He was going in the pits anyway, but you're just taking the line. You got time, you know, mate. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he was fastest, albeit not very long, but it was fastest at the beginning. Now he's on a P16, so I think he's had a few invalidations. I don't think that is genuine pace from the Bacon Yum, but I have raced against him a few times in the past, and he was quick.
Well saved by him. Yeah. He just started sliding along the right-hander, heading into the end of the middle sector. He just saved it, but I think we lost time.
Verstappen not having a very happy rear end at the moment. A lot of the acceleration zone just seems to sort of snap away from him momentarily, but he's keeping it under control very well. Look at his split. He's 4 tenths up on KJ, but he screws it up and he goes onto the red Barcelona.
That's a big
He can go again though.
As well. And Game has come back out again. So keep an eye and see how he's on when he actually goes for his lap. Top Tom has popped off at the P2. Maybe he's been there for a little bit in the 128 lap
as well.
Where Kowalski
split is,
in
and he's up again by around a tenth, just through sector 1. In sector 1 there's only 3 corners, so Top Tom getting a bit of a slide on. Going to catch up to Toro Rosso. I'm not sure which Toro Rosso that is, but he's going to have to get out of the way fairly niftily because Top Tom's on a bit of a fly right now.
I think he's got just enough gap at the moment to actually not affect him. Unless he's backed off. He's backed off.
Yeah, he's just backed off.
He's got time to go for a lap anyway. So while we're going through that and we're watching, while we see it, we've got 200 fast lap to pitch around. Have a rundown of the grid we head towards the last 3 minutes of the session. Warms up the laps. It is KG Gamer on pole position in the Force India. It's Tom in P2. Kowalski in P3. Mason P4. Racing account what? Don't I guess that? Minor in 6th. DSR Verstappen in P7. AK008. I'm gonna click Mint because I don't know how to pronounce that. And P9. Tom Butler in P10. Nick Unicorn is in P11. Evans in P12. Michael in P13. ASR in P14. NW Noel in P15, and Bacon Yum runs off the field at this moment in time, but that could all change in the next 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Yeah, just to put your attention to VSR infamous real quick, he is on a pretty solid lap. This car, he has not made many mistakes at all. I don't think he's actually made any through this lap. He's had a bit of a flyer, he's gone very solidly through sector 3, and a bit of an oversteer moment. So off across the line he comes, and it's a P5, a pretty good lap.
A 128.5 I think that was. 120.2 actually, not 125.
He's going to go again straight away. We're going to divert again. Anybody else on that? I think Top Tom is on a lap, and he's going to cross the sector 2 split now. He's 2 minutes 30, so I think he... Oh wow, so my Delta was a bit broken then, never mind.
Yep. He's got a car in front of him though, and I don't know if that car was on a fast lap or not.
Toro Rosso has been in front of him for quite a while. I think they're both doing
seem to be getting closer to him though, so it's not really effective in terms of dirty air or anything like that. So, yep. I don't see real issue there. In fact, if anything, it's probably giving him a little bit of a
toe, I think.
A little bit slow slipstream sort of thing. So 127.8.
KJ has also started a lap though, so I don't count him out of it yet. These will be the driver's last laps if they have just started one, because there's only 1 minute left.
If you get number one, he's top plate, will want his pole position back. His compact is tired, and he's only P11, so he feels he can't go quicker. And KJ Gamer was actually down in the first sector by half a tenth.
I think that was
0.054.
Yeah. I think the sector 1 tends to be a more solid sector though. I think it tends to be the acceleration zone where a lot of drivers are struggling. I think that's because this tends to be a track where people run high balance. So on the dry, it should come better, but
he's ragging this car for all it's worth.
So
he's still down. He's 3 tenths down.
I don't think he's going to. I mean, he may as well finish
Infamous has gone up to third
last lap.
Just so we know, just while we were looking at that.
Oh wow.
128.1.
He's not going to be able to go again though.
He's actually up on his time, but it's very marginally. Oh, that's a slide. Right there. As rating account, and that's however you pronounce that, retired. Maze has retired, so they're both done. Kowalski's popped himself up in P4. And KJ Gamer did not improve, and that's him done. Tom has done well, so his infamous base running is going to be able to change this top 3 at all, and then move himself up a position. He's up by a 10th in the fastest lap.
Yeah, I think the most stable car I've seen so far is... Well, that was a bit of a commentator's jinx, wasn't it? As soon as I say that, it was a massive tank slapper.
Well, and Dick Young's moved himself up into P8 barrels, so he got himself off the back row of the grid. So he finally got a clean lap in those a bit.
He's actually going to set Sonic's teammate to mirror 2 at the moment. Across the line, and Infamous comes to the top 3. No, he can't.
How much he validated? Because he was up and he's 10. He didn't invalidate.
Eke is not going to finish his lap.
Lap. We have our final positions then. So, depending on grip positions, for Eke to retire from the session in the pits, it's Top Tom on pole in the Alfa Romeo Sauber. Oh, I will have to see the results when we go to that in the end, because I was like about to do that, and the results, the page which I was looking at just disappeared. So, you just wait for the long.
Yeah.
Not really long.
Normally there's
it's not that bad.
Yeah, normally there's a bit of an interval between.
Okay. Oh, there wasn't much in it.
There we go.
So Top Tom's pole over KG Game by half a tenth. Oh, that's close. Infamous is in P3, Kowalski in P4, and Maze in P5. A racing account. I'm gonna call him that. That might not be his name. P6. Key Minor in P7. The Bacon Yum in P8. Verstappen is in 9th. He's not very impressed with that having his early form. Urban Unicorn is a P10. Eke is in 11th. NW Knoll is in P12. Presto Evans in P13. Minty in P14. Tom Battler's in P15. And I think didn't see the last two, but we can see those in the grid. I think the last two were. I will have to see. Cause it just ran out just before I got to the point.
That's one of the Red Bulls and someone else.
We'll see on the formation lap if they have formation.
Yeah, so it is dry.
Yep, so free choice of tyres.
A bit of a relief. Yeah, because everybody did start on Inters. Well, did qualifying on Inters. Of course, if they didn't, the top 10 would have to start on the tyres they qualified on. And this game, if you start on if you start on the softest tyre, it is pretty much a death sentence within the first 3 laps.
You basically have to. It's middle tyre compound really that kind of works for this track.
Yeah. Because it's the supers, the softs, and the mediums, isn't it?
The super softs, the softs, and the mediums. Yes. The one-stop strategy around here would be the softs, the mediums, which I'm assuming a lot of the drivers are going to go for unless they want to go for a 2-stop or have very good time. Because if you want to make a one-stop work, it's super soft with 2 softs. I think would be the strategy if you're starting on the super softs. It would just depend on how the drivers get with their starts, because I actually haven't seen any of these drivers race yet, so this is where they put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, KJ does have a chance, because P2 is on the inside line into turn 1.
Have a look at tyres actually. They have all but one have elected for softs.
Which is Benzilla at the back on the medium.
It was,
so he's obviously...
it was Mighty Dylan and Benzilla that I missed at the back of the grid when we were going through the grid results. Or qualifying grid results. So, Benzilla. That's going to be an interesting one because he can go from mediums to softs. Everyone else, most likely, is going softs to mediums. So, I think the undercuts are going to be a huge thing around this. Because they're going to have to, if you want to get ahead of your fellow competitor, you're going to want to go for either an undercut or, if you can make it work, an overcut.
Yeah.
At least my opinion on that one anyways.
Yeah, I think, wasn't it, we've seen the overcut happen quite a lot this season in actual F1. I mean, wasn't it Verstappen and Vettel in Singapore?
It
Vettel
might well
stopped
be.
earlier. Vettel stopped earlier than Verstappen, but it was because Vettel got stuck behind, I think it was Perez. He couldn't pass him, and because Verstappen was still going quicker, he pitted and he gained, I think it was about, must have been about 3 seconds. On Vettel, came back out of the Ferrari. So on who's between you and your competitor in the pit, and
Indeed
if
so.
they slowed them up or not.
I mean, true. I mean, I'm expecting. So, does Tom or does KJ have the clean line into turn 1? Would you say? Sort of the if there is like a clean line authority line sort of thing.
Because Spain does have the longest run down to turn 1. Of any.
Yes. And it's also very much a very tight turn 1 as well. Turn 1 and turn 2 complex. It's a very sort of, you go from a very sort of, it turns from a very sort of flowing corner into a very tight corner. Sort of that sort of effect. Awaiting the grid, forming up once again.
One of the best sites on the planet. Grand Prix grid.
Here we go.
Anyway, I'd appreciate a different grid. Here we go. 5 lights.
And
it's lights out. And away we go. There's a bit of a delay there. I think that's just a spectator.
It looks like KG Gamer got a better start on Tom, by the way. And Infamous is going to get him as well.
On the grass. 3 wide into turn 1 on the top 3.
Infamous is stuck behind
turn 1 in the lead.
Tom is trying to go round the outside of KG Gamer, not able to do so. And Infamous has got up the inside of Tom, heading through the long flowing right-hander. Right-hander, in this case. And he's up the inside and completed the move in the first sector. Tom's down to P3 from whole off the grid.
Yeah,
and we have Kowalski up the inside trying to do the switchback move on the Alfa Romeo Sauber, but was not able to make it work.
Yeah, it looks like quite a tricky move to pull off the switchback. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo is one that makes it look easy, but Tom not having the best of starts. I mean, I don't think he got away from the grid very well. I think it was just Infamous getting an absolute monster start at the same time.
Oh, someone's on the outside of Kowalski. That looks like it's VSR Verstappen, who's just been crowded out of room. Team 9 are not able to do anything about that one, though, because he just wasn't close enough. VSR Verstappen has moved up off the grid, though. He was P9 on the grid. He's now P5, so he's a decent start.
So, of course,
here comes Infamous down the straight. Is he close enough? He's revving out the gears to max. KJ Gamer hasn't gone defensive yet and hasn't felt the need to, as Infamous wasn't close enough to go for the move.
Of course, if he's going to have to clear that
2 seconds behind, by the way, as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to clear that 1 second within the first lap, because if he doesn't, Infamous will have DRS and he will make that move seem a lot easier, because since he was able to get alongside, I think Infamous...
Eke and Amazed, and Eke's made a mistake and has fell down the grid. I think he just went wide. And that has allowed his teammate through.
I think a couple of drivers who've had incidents on those first couple of laps as well. Mighty Dylan, Bacon Yum, Presto Evans going side by side through turn 3. This could end badly.
While you have a look at that, I'll see if anything's happening in front for you.
Codemasters, this is evidence you need to fix your game. Okay.
Yes.
What
I'm
on
gonna
earth did I just witness? Anyway,
I didn't actually see that. Infamous again coming through final corner. Is he going to be able to do anything? KJ Gamer is very wide. That's a very stuffy line for somebody at the last corner. Can he do anything? DRS will be enabled this lap. Can he do anything heading into turn 1? KJ Gamer has to go slightly defensive. He's not going to be able to do anything with his Infamous is trying to think about the move. Nope, does not go for it.
Yeah, I was actually looking at flashed up the telemetry while he was going for the move there. I don't think the Infamous is pushing that hard because he didn't have his battery in any sort of fast mode. He had it in
he's got it in rich,
which is only
he had it in rich there, but I think he's turned it back down to low again. I wonder if he's just pacing himself behind KJ Gamer and just waiting for his opportunity.
Because I think he knows that the DRS comes into play this lap, and he can just make that move so much easier if he just pops his wing open on one of the straights and just glides past
picked up a time penalty. Just 3 laps of racing. So that's unfortunate.
Surprised because I thought Spain was quite lenient for the penalties. So obviously, Kowalski doesn't think so.
You just have to be careful of certain corners. He's kept with them. I think these two are starting to battle a little bit. Infamous is taking it easy, but he's got to start thinking about getting a move on. Because
he's very close to KJ going through that chicane.
Gamer, but I think he got away with it. His base stuck and got himself a time penalty. Well, that's a horrible exit for KJ Gamer. This is a point blank move if he's pulled off by Infamous. KJ Gamer's gone to the inside. There's and he positioned quite easily. Obviously, the outside line we see a lot of overtakes around there, to actually be honest.
Yeah, it's quite a wide turn, so you can take quite a lot of momentum in there around the outside, and because that curve sort of, I don't know, it's not like you get bottomed out, but you sort of get stuck on it. I mean, in 2017 we saw, I think it was Bottas get stuck on the curve and take out Verstappen and Raikkonen. As a coincidence, obviously it's a racing incident, it was right at the start, everyone's trying to get on top of each other, he didn't get a penalty, I didn't think he should have got a penalty. I mean, 3 wide into turn 1, it's not going to go very well, particularly through Spain, which in nature is a fast track, but I think KJ Gamer is he's actually keeping with Infamous pretty well, so I think the slipstream is what is keeping these guys intact at the moment.
Yeah, basically the slipstream train, if you want to say the slipstream train sort of effect, which what it looks like at the moment.
Yeah, the top 5 all extremely close at the moment.
The only thing to note is VSR Verstappen and Kowalski both have penalties at this stage, which could come into effect later on the race. We'll have to see as we look at this. Oh,
look at this slipstream train going on right now.
Yep, as Infamous has if KJ Gamer did not use DRS there. I just picked up on that. Unless there's a problem with his DRS.
Yeah, DRS faults are pretty common in this game. So if he's had one this early on in the race, it's not as much of an issue if it's kept open, because that not too much around the slower tracks, but through the faster tracks like this one can be a massive problem with lots of downforce to the rear wing. But yeah, because if it's stuck open, you have to pit to get it repaired. If it's stuck closed, then they can fix it while you're still out on track. So he hasn't got as big of a problem as he could have.
I can see KJ Gamer and see what he's. No, it was he just didn't use his DRS at all. There's no issue there with KJ Gamer. He didn't use the DRS, or just maybe didn't see him using it. Could be just psyching out
I'm not too sure. I'm thinking if he is, he's trying to give Infamous a sort of false sense of security, saying, "Oh, I can't catch you down the straight." But in his head, he's saying, "I can catch you at this down the straight. At any time I like DRS is activated now, he activates it this time."
Yep. Yeah, so it was just the thing with the last lap. The thing is, if you're close enough, the slipstream pull you get down the straight is amazing, and sometimes it can catch you out. I mean, I was in a league race and it caught me and I went straight to the back of the car in front of me because of how much extra speed I had. We have LK and... Oh, there's an incident. Minty's gone right. I don't know what's happened there. I've just caught the edge of an incident there, and it's just Minty Toro Rosso just going backwards off turn 1. I don't even know what happened there.
Yeah, quite an odd place to go off. So I think he might have just got maybe had a bit of contact. Oh, Urban Unicorn, what has happened to him?
We'll see if that actually shows anything. Yep, he's off at the left
had a bit of a wide moment. Wide moment off turn 4, straight on into the barriers. At least I don't take their cars away.
Now. Unicorn, that's his done. Hopefully he'll have a better race in the first round in Brazil.
The top 7 at the moment are, I think they're probably around, what, 4 seconds apart from each other? Starting from
Infamous is feeling they need to go defensive real early there. Oh, making Young picks up a time penalty. KJ Gamer's going to go for the move here, I think. It wasn't defended by Infamous.
Ooh.
He's up the inside, bit of a lock-up. Nope, not able to do anything with that. As Infamous keeps the place. And top,
yeah, and
KJ Gamer trying to get past. Being able to, he has not managed it. But one thing to note about Top Tom, he does not have a lot of does not have a lot of DRS left. He's very low.
Yeah.
He's on about 27% ERS there. Whereas KJ Gamer's on more than half. And Infamous is on just under half as well. These battles, it drains your ERS a lot quicker. Anyway, Carol, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Through his use of the DRS, he has managed to get a lot closer to the back of the Force India. But I saw KJ, he tried to do a bit of a Vettel move, going to one way, back to the other. Sort of doing.
Oh, you mean the switchback move that he pulled off from the outside to the inside sort of thing? Or
yeah, that's what he did on Bottas a couple of years ago.
I think I remember that actually.
And what a move it was. He almost managed, I mean, he didn't have quite as much bravery on the brakes as Vettel did on that occasion, because Vettel actually went onto the grass, and having that slipstream effect again, I don't think anybody's close to make a move. I think the closest two drivers are Kowalski and
he's going to go for the side,
but nope, he does go for it.
Kowalski's got to be careful with some of the corners, because he's already got one penalty, and looks like he's taking a few liberties with some of the curves. Just gotta be a little bit careful there. Oh,
yeah. I always thought Spain was one of the more lenient practice penalties, because I always, especially through this corner, the uphill dash to the fast right-hander, that AstroTurf on the right, I go on that all the time because it's like, yeah, that's fine. But it seems as though, because everybody else does it, the game doesn't sort of recognise it as an advantage and just sort of lets you get on with it, because, of course, you can't descend anymore, because there's a gravel trap there. KJ goes wide, he's going to get an opportunity to top Tom maybe. No, it doesn't, he just gets away with it.
I think that would have been risky for him to go for that one, because he wasn't even along the side there, and it's kind of this sector's kind of a one-line corner until you get to the straight, and if you want to make moves, Jesus, go off. I've seen that one.
I mean, I know that's one of the more lenient corners.
Oh, up here.
I think he's actually pretty close.
Again.
Indeed. Pretty close to Tom. I don't think KJ's close enough. He has a look. He gives him dummy.
He tried to save his
boots a bit.
KJ here for penalty. Kowalski tried to psychic top Tom by thinking it was going to remove him doing it, but all he did was manage to lock up at turn 1. So I'll go and have a look elsewhere if you want to keep an eye on that and see if anything else is going on elsewhere. As racing count
deep in a lot of corners. I think
if
he does pit, it'll be before everybody else. I'm not too sure what his temps are like. We don't get to see that as a spectator, unfortunately.
Implement that code see those stuff that you did around the drivers can see, like the MFD stuff. That would be helpful, but I think if Codemasters brought that out for fixing some other stuff in the game, I think there'd be an issue, because there's a lot of other stuff broken before that needs to be brought in.
Yeah. I mean, fix all the stuff that needs to be fixed, then add new things. That's what they don't understand. They keep trying to add new things all the time, but don't fix stuff, so it then becomes even more broken.
Also, some basic features that are still missing, like red flags. I don't know why that was removed. Anyway, one other thing to note, outside
beforehand, didn't they?
He did indeed. It started with 2015. They airbones everything back to the basics.
KJ around the outside. I think he might have the position.
He's tired.
On the outside, like Infamous did on him, and he's got the place back. I'm not too sure how long he's going to be defending.
That's
Infamous is
very
right there.
Just to park it on the apex so you can't make a move. Here comes the Infamous round the outside. He's actually going to make this work. Oh, there's some bumping. Keep it clean, lads. Oh, he's up the inside. He's still at the inside. Oh, good time there from Infamous. Is that just
that
casual?
Is an incredible move round the outside of turn 4.
That was the side from at least 3 corners there, if I'm correct. It's key minor things of a time penalty. Another thing I was going to note while these two are battling, one other person that's just silently making his way slowly up the board is KJ Gamer up the inside again. Just enough space to get it. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Just saved it there, KJ. Just saved it. Another person moving up is Ben Ziller, who's been slowly moving himself up. He's just getting it going along slowly, having started the medium tires. He's creeping his way up slowly. Infamous is pitted, by the way.
Already.
That's early.
He's probably going for a 2-stop then. If he fitted that early, he'll go 9 laps, then 14 laps on set of medium.
Can he actually do it there? How many laps does he have to do in mediums, I wonder? I'm going to check because I have the tire delta. But he's gone on to mediums. He's going in the end. That's going to be interesting come the end. We've lost Mighty.
Quite a miracle stint if he's able to do that.
I think KJ Gamer will have to respond this lap if he wants to not feel the... If he wants to minimise the undercut strategy that Infamous has gone for. As Dylan leaves his session there. Yeah, not been a good day for those two drivers. The bottom one of the Ferraris, the only Haskins here, and the one in Towers. Oh, KJ Gamer, what is that? Well saved there.
He's having a few oversteering moments in the last couple of laps. I noticed when he dived up the inside of Infamous into this corner, the hairpin, at the end of the straight. He tried to accelerate back up the corner and just got a snap of oversteer, managed to save himself from going into the Merc. But yeah, if he's going to have to want to get ahead of him again, he's going to have to respond this lap because he isn't held up by anyone. He's still 6-7 seconds behind Tom.
It's in P11. He has So, as of course thought, KJ Gamer has responded, but Tom's carried on, and not safe for Tom. He lost the lead off the start, but he's very smooth with these power inputs. Nathan Young has retired from the session. He was a good 13 seconds back off the lead. So, interesting note. So, I think Tom can actually respond this lap now, considering he'll have the youngest tires out of the top 3, but he's gonna have to make this overcut work, as we've lost racing account as well.
KJ Game is still ahead of Infamous.
They're dropping like 5.
One lap overcut work. Oh, racing at
made it work.
I'm going to call him.
Just made it work.
Gone off at turn 2.
At this point in the race, we are down to the point where if one more person has an unfortunate incident or any one of the engine crashes out, then we're going to have everyone managing to score points. We've only done 12 laps. Infamous is always he's sniffing around the back end of that Force India. Good line through there. Is he going to go for a move to here? KJ Gamer goes defensive. He's going to try and go round the outside, brakes late. A bit of a lock up there from Infamous there. Not able to do anything. And back into single file as we go through the section. As I think Tom has played his DT has, so is VSR Verstappen. Kowalski has carried on with Amaze and Keenan. So we'll see how they go on. I think they're going to have even fresher tyres than already pitted. It's going to be interesting to see where's Tom going to actually come out. Tom's going to get behind both of these guys. I think.
Yeah, but quite.
Tom?
Actually, no, maybe. No, he's not. He's actually going to come out
front.
Ahead of them.
The overcut work. He's going to have the youngest tyres.
These two have been battling for the last lap, so now Tom has regained the lead of the race after losing pole position on the dash down to turn 1. He didn't get the best start, but through an overcut and through KJ and Infamous sort of taking their battle too much into account, has not noticed Tom just gaining time on them through all of those 2 laps and just getting the top on both of them.
And he's recovered his ERS well as Tom. He was really low in ERS earlier on in the race. to note though, Top Tom does not have any penalties at the moment. Whereas, I think neither does Infamous. But KJ Gamer switchback.
Oh, KJ.
Oh, that's a switchback of dreams. Can he make it work? No, not quite. Side by side still. Top Tom's still there along the inside line. He made it work. No, he hasn't. Oh, he's wide.
Yes, he has.
Oh,
And now Infamous is round the outside.
Infamous round the
Into the chicane,
outside.
and he's
What
made it
a
work.
move. Oh, what a switchback. What a switchback.
These three.
Oh, Kowalski and the teammate are in the pits. Just Ben Ziller, who's in the main team, and Tom Battler, who's carried on.
Oh,
we've got Kowalski as well.
getting in there.
Kowalski's put himself in this battle as well. I know he put 6 seconds of penalty, but he's put in there as well. He's battling, so he's forced KJ Gamer out wide. That's allowed Infamous upside. He's gonna go for the move. Kowalski's he's got the inside done. And there's Verstappen as well. So KJ Gamer went down to P7. What a disaster to come up a few corners for the Force India driver there. Oh, Kowalski with a switch. Oh, behind the back of this train, but he should be taking it easy at the back of this train.
We are going to
Tom
have to watch
is going to
this
be under
stream back
immense pressure
because I have not even. I don't even know what just happened. That was a colossal scrap for the lead between about 5 people going side by side all through Sector 1. That is that is the best bit of racing I've ever seen on a Formula 1 game. That was incredible.
And so Tom Battler's just pitting. Now it's just Ben Ziller that they have to clear. Infamous isn't close enough just to know. Neither of the staff and KJ Gamer is too far back as well, and so is Kowalski. So Ben doesn't know. Actually, we've got Amazed as well. All the penalties in seconds there. We've forgotten Amazed has joined this battle as well. So this is going to be a 6-way battle for the lead, potentially. I know we've got penalties to take into account, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be fiery, I think is the best way to describe what we're about to see. But that battle in turn 1, they had to. I mean, the ones that did the undercut had to dodge those coming out the pits. Those coming out the pits just came out ahead of those dashing down the straight. You had people going side by side to try and take advantage of cold tyres. Infamous locks up. Verstappen almost goes into the back of the Mercedes, comes out of it just at the last minute, doesn't lose too much momentum, manages to stay ahead decently of KJ Gamer, who I think is actually not really struggling, but
does he have wing damage? No, there's no wing damage. He could have had grit or something on tyres that slowed him down a little bit. Oh, that's a big KJ Gamer. Kowalski's going to be up the inside, and I don't think he's going to be able to fight this. He's trying to cover him off. Oh, he's just enough speed. He's got more speed than Kowalski down the straight. I don't know what's wrong with Kowalski. I don't know if he didn't go for slipstream at all, and he's not able to make them move stick, even with KJ Gamer getting a shocker of an exit out of the last corner and having a major touch of the back end. Another note is go back to BSR Verstappen. Not close enough.
Oh, Kowalski had a look. He didn't commit to it though. There's no braking very late. Oh, Verstappen! That was so close. I didn't see any
no damage,
turning
wing damage.
all off.
Ben Ziller is picked for 10 penalty now. The Ben Ziller is another potentially in this battle because he hasn't stopped yet. So he doesn't have to necessity-wise get out of the way of these guys because he's facing these guys for position when they catch up to him. Unless they catch up to him when he hits. So this could affect Tom because what? Or it could be a positive. It might give him DRS, but it looks like because the battle that's going on, this is helping Tom pull away. He's got a second on Infamous Clays at this point.
I think
and that's huge.
Top Tom is just having just a more stable car in general. Infamous is locking infantry into many of the hairpins. He still feels the need
Infamous is feeling the need to go defensive or partially defensive. Here comes VSR Verstappen. What an overcut!
Got DRS anymore.
We have a yellow flag in sector 3. I think that's Tom Battler who's had an incident. No idea what happened, but VSR Verstappen got past the Infamous plate. Infamous into.
I think that's probably Yeah, that's probably one of the most undramatic moves we've seen in this race. It's still a good move. It's a nice and simple one. No,
pretty much DRS. Described as DRS pass. I'm going to put it that way. KJ Gamer has been going back into the tail of these two as well. So now VSR Verstappen is being a major help for Tom here. He's basically now backing VSR Infamous into KJ Gamer farming, and it's just helping all these guys keep up. But it looks like, I think that VSR Verstappen might have a slightly faster Infamous.
That was close.
I can't help his rear tyre grip, to be honest. You'd stop doing that, you know.
Yeah. I think out of everyone, Infamous is actually having the most tyre problems at the moment. I thought it was KJ, but KJ is actually all over the back of the Merc, and because of DRS,
maybe he does like the medium tyres. I see he's felt the need to go defensive, real defensive, right to the edge of the line. Can't KJ get ready to move? Going into turn 1, down straight. He's in the slipstream. He fakes left, right, fakes left, right, goes left, fakes left, goes left. I couldn't get my words out there, but nothing comes of it. Tongue twister.
I think the reason these guys are all so close is because they're all so confident on the brakes. I don't think there's been such consistency on the brakes. I think the most shaky one, although it's still very solid, is VSR Infamous, who's just headed with all his might.
And he's got his fellow VSR teammate, or VSR fellow pilot in front of him, who's actually creating a gap to Infamous, and is actually pulling the gap in on top. And it looks like the VSR Verstappen on mediums has the most pace out of this group. Eddie fixed himself up penalty there.
Let's go inside of KJ. That was close.
That's a big mistake for KJ Gamer. Kowalski's up the inside. This is going to be risky into the corner. KJ Gamer's had to go wide. He's had to cut across the chicane. And he's got a time penalty for that one. I think that one might be Thingwood in the steers. That one, if they have a steers panel for this. Because he didn't have a lot of space there. And I don't know if he might have got. I don't know if he got slightly further ahead and didn't get an illegal overtake there. And KJ Gamer's got a 5-second stop go for gaining 1 place. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to think of that one. I don't think he's going to be happy for Kowalski for the amount of room he was given him. Because there was no quarters of room given on that one by Kowalski's part.
Because normally in real heads, if you take a line like that, you have to go around a bollard or something to sort of compensate and give you a bit more time than everyone else. But in this game, there's nothing like that. So again, once you fix all of your other bugs, implement a sort of system like that. It's just so you don't get these sort of stupid corner cuts all the time.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot he could do there, to be honest.
Oh, KJ.
And Kowalski's nowhere near you. I think he's safe now. Infamous has got major tyres, I think. I don't know why, but he's only came in 1 lap earlier than KJ Gamer. Look at the gap that Verstappen has on Infamous already. Look at that.
The lead might be going to top Tom in a second, though.
Ben Ziller pitted, by the way, finally, from the mediums. He'll be going softs, most likely to the end, 13 laps. He's actually only going to drop to about... he drops out P8 is going to look like, actually.
Verstappen doesn't go for a move.
Actually, I will say, keep an eye out Ben Ziller later on in the race, once his tyre warmed up, because he could become a favourite in this battle as well. That's why VSR Verstappen. Verstappen kind of has to clear top Tom though, because he has 6 seconds of penalties. He's got to get past, and then he's got to get a whip, because if he doesn't, he's going to fall back anyway.
So I have a feeling top Tom does detect an overtake. He's going to defend it, obviously, but probably not as hard as he would if Verstappen didn't have penalties. Because you know, all he needs to do is then stay ahead of VSR Infamous, who's still a second behind anyway. Not very much, but it's still more than what Verstappen is at the moment. Both VSR guys are being
he's
quick.
Not going to go for a move. He didn't go for anything.
And he seems he's able to just keep it more consistent
as well.
Verstappen just has these sort of Verstappen just has these sort of surges of pace for a couple of laps, and then he drops back off again. He just can't seem to stay planted to the back of the Sauber.
He's in the negatives of fuel because the fuel is on. Tom has felt the need to go defensive this Right, but I
Tom
think
has
he's going to
got
get away
no
with it
ERS.
just.
He's going to have to recharge with DRS through the slower sector
Tom
1 and
Tom
sector 2.
doesn't.
Because if he doesn't,
I've just looked at Tom's ERS usage. Oh,
yeah,
that
that's
doesn't
what I was
make for
talking
good
about.
reading. But looking
I mean, he
at
is
BSR
running it at
Verstappen in
zero at
terms
the
of his
moment.
ERS compared to Tom, he's on over half a bar, whereas Tom has got like less than.
Infamous and KJ are also quite low. Nowhere near as low
Oh,
as
BSR
Tom.
Verstappen is going to get another. He's on 9 seconds now. Not Verstappen. I think he's trying to push too hard. It's just overextending a little bit too much.
Yeah, Tom's like, as long as I don't get any penalties, I should still be able to get at least a podium in this race because
Infamous is going to get P2, I think. Even if he just, even if Infamous sticks with Verstappen, he's going to get P2 because Tom has no penalties. I don't know if he has warnings for that fact. I have a quick check on the old race director. Tom has one warning, just one warning. Well, that is not made for reading. So Verstappen has three time penalties, three second time penalties. Infamous has 2 warnings, so he's 1 away from an actual penalty. We know KJ have 2 penalties, and he's got a stop go, a 5-second stop go. Kowalski, oh jeez, Kowalski's on about the same amount of penalties. He's on about 6 seconds, and then Amazed is on 2 warnings. He's on 3 warnings, but I think he's only 2 warnings. He got a warning from something else. Don't know what though. Anyway, Ben Ziller's proving his pace on the soft sticker, starting to catch up. Oh, I think that is Ek there. So
there's quite a few big position changes as well because even though Verstappen's running in P2, he's still up 7. Tom feeling the need to go defensive, and then darts back to the racing line. I'm not sure how Verstappen's going to think about all that. I mean, I'm quite
moves, or was it just one move?
Defending.
Was it 2 moves, or was it 1 sweeping move?
I think he sort of went on the racing line originally, stayed over to the left-hand side of the track, and then went to the inside. So I don't think it counts as 2.
Okay, having to defend from Ben Ziller on the softs. Now the contra strategy making a difference here for Ben Ziller. He's gonna have to arrest them straight on the Renault of AK, and he's gonna have much better tires.
Instant one, maybe? No.
Yep. Here comes AK. AK's gotten defensive, but it's going to do nothing for him. As up to the inside goes Ben Ziller into turn 1, and he doesn't even bother. He lets off there, I think. Ben Ziller has 11.7 seconds to Key Minor in P7. So you could be part of this group in a little bit. Keep an eye out for him.
I don't think AK had any chance against Ben Ziller because AK's on much older and harder tyres. So, yeah, as long as Ben Ziller doesn't overheat them, it's fine.
Stop doing that.
12 seconds.
And Kowalski gets 9 now.
He is past the Sauber. I missed that.
Oh, when
Not
did that happen?
where he did that, but he did that
That must have been
discreetly.
somewhere outside of the RX, because I was looking at the battle with it. It must have been when we were looking at the battle with AK and Ben Ziller. That's bottom there. Key Minor picks up yet another one, so he's in 6 seconds now.
Yeah, so sorry we missed that, but there's too many interesting battles going on in this race, but Tom is still going to have an opportunity.
Verstappen hasn't gone defensive at all. I think he knows he's got enough of a gap at the moment. Slipstream, the slip.
He's got no ERS, he's not going to be able to do it.
I think Tom's ERS is going to cause him issues. Oh, Infamous is off! Infamous is being off track. Cade Gamer tried to go up the inside. I just caught onto that actually. Infamous obviously locked up in turn 1. Or he missed his braking point. Or he ran wide rather, not missed his braking point. Same thing. And he's having to defend the inside. Here comes Cage around the outside. No! Infamous is just like not having that line.
Rear tyre and front wing then. That was almost a loss for KJ.
Oh, Amazed. All you have to do is stay back in this group and not get any penalties. He got some position there. He's on 3 now. I think Infamous is still
how close P3 to P7 are. That is ridiculous.
Key Minor as well. Key Minor's. I think Key Minor and Maze made contact there, and Key Minor made back through again.
The key mirror.
Oh, so I was calling you Key Minor all this time. That's what it looks like on my TV. The R looks like an N for me. Or it looks like 2 R's looks like an N.
Go defensive again. I'm not too sure if KJ's close enough though. I know he's nowhere near close enough. I don't think anybody in this sort of pack are going to be able to
I think Maze has had an issue, by the way, because he's over a second back from this group now. I know he had an issue in that lap, and he seems to have fell back away from the actual top 5 a little bit. Maybe it was just the issue with
a little bit.
Key Mirror.
Well, Tom and Verstappen's still going for it, so it's not like Top Tom was falling away. He's still right with Verstappen.
I think what Top Tom's having to do is occasionally come back. He has that charge his ERS up and then go for an attack. So he's having to go for an attack. If it doesn't work, go back down to low ERS modes and then rebuild it again. Because again, he's going down at the very light blue there. Infamous has definitely fell from this group
Verstappen goes very wide. That's going to make the door over the Top Tom. They go side by side through the long right-hander, but he just gets much more momentum, and Top Tom has to concede yet again. But I think that's evidence of his front tyre starting to heat up a bit too much, and Top Tom's going to have a much better chance.
Verstappen's going to have to defensive now. He's not gone defensive yet.
He's going to have to.
He's not gone defensive yet. He's not gone for the inside line. And Top Tom is round it. Oh, there's a contact thing with the thing. Verstappen, you could have left a little bit more room there. Just a little bit. As Infamous has picked up a tempo now as well.
Bit over aggressive from the Ferrari, but I don't think any harm came of it. I don't think he was going to make the overtake stick anyway.
I would have been like, I would have felt a bit irked if I was Top Tom and they got a penalty for that one, because you're nothing you can do if you get forced wide there.
Yeah, as long as Top Tom keeps a cool head, he didn't get a penalty. There's nothing to worry about. I mean, the one guy in front has 4 more than you do. It's not the end of the world.
He got what? I think he may have got. No, he never even got a warning for that one. So I think he slowed down sufficiently enough that he didn't actually get a warning. So he's still all good. He only had one warning still. Also to note, because these two are battling so heavily, this is bringing Infamous back into it again. I thought he was out of this battle. He's actually bringing himself back. So it'd be interesting to see what happens there on that front. Infamous is going defensive on KJ Gamer, but I don't think he really needs to, because I don't think KJ Gamer is actually close enough.
Into turn 1. I don't think he was close enough as he was in the last lap. They didn't go side by side at all. I think the Ferrari was just much more confident on the brakes. Top Tom's still only a 10th behind the Ferrari. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a possible sort of dummy. I wouldn't expect a move in turn 4. But yeah, I think that's going to be it until the next DRS zone. KJ Game is still very close behind Infamous.
Also, close behind another battle to note that's outside the two teammates of Minty and Tom Battlers, which Tom hasn't had best race. But here he goes in his team. Minty's defending the inside line. Is he going to be able to do anything about it? No, Tom Battlers is up into P10. Nice move around the outside there. Oh, there's a bit of a twitch though. Chance back, but I think he has more penalties than Battlers. And is he going to go to the inside? That's a dive. Oh, big dive. Not able to do anything with it though, and I think Tom Battlers has kept the position. Oh, it's another big dive bomb.
That's a dive bomb. Jesus.
Oh, he's let him back through.
He gives the position back.
That was a little bit OTT there.
Yeah, this is a battle for the last point, of course. Noel not having the best time of it. He's 50 seconds
He's still in the race. I mean, if anything happens, then he can still get a point from this race. If he's... Oh no, he actually is in 12th, so he's got another 2 people.
Just, for a bit more
maths. It was a bit I don't know what my maths.
Yeah, a bit more confidence boost for Noel is maybe trying to kind of bit of a dash on the supers at the end, maybe to try and get fastest lap. Just a suggestion.
Maybe. I mean, he's got nothing to lose.
I mean, I don't think he's going to really do any more overtaking. So if he does make another position, it's going to be because somebody DNF.
Oh, KJ gave him another penalty
giving
there.
himself another penalty.
Infamous does have one in front of him, but it's only one. Kowalski behind them, I think, has more than him though. Not sure that includes the stop go though, which I think may well be appealed by KJ Gamer because of the fact that he wasn't given a lot of space by Kowalski.
Oh, Kowalski up the inside of KJ. KJ goes very wide. Kowalski forces him off. KJ on the grass.
I think it made does he have wing damage? I don't know how to see him. So no wing damage. I think he got away with it, but I think he got spun round. That's unfortunate for him. KJ Gamer's had to pit, and he is retired.
He's retired. He's not having any more of that.
Yeah, and he's out. He's straight up left. He's just. Oh, yeah, he's going to be angry
not
under
happy with that one at all.
Virtual safety car.
VSC.
That's going to help Top
bit
Tom
of a chance
massively.
for yeah, this is a bit of a chance for him to get some ERS back finally.
This is going to help Ben
almost completely
Zillick quite a bit, who's still gaining. Who's he in the back of? That's Noel, I think. He's not had a good race. I just seen Noel just go off in the gravel. That kind of summed up his race, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
with
that incident, from what I saw, Kowalski went for a dive. I'm not too sure how far it was back, but he did lock up a bit. He forced KJ wide, but KJ just kept his foot in and went onto the grass as well, and then just sort of span round into the SRMAs. So, as far as KJ, I would have just conceded the position and then put in a bit of a complaint in later. But yeah, that was a bit strange.
Yeah.
KJ. Normally, I don't see him get that flustered. I raced with him quite a lot.
The ERS has been re-enabled.
Yeah, we are back to racing.
Yep. The gap that has fragmented a bit more though. Although Amaze has fell behind Benzilla.
Oh!
Who's actually only 4.4 seconds behind Key Mirror. I've got his name right.
Tom surely got him here.
Yep, he's got it.
Got a massive tank slapper got out of the chicane.
Nearly.
And he just...
Nearly. And then Tom goes for the inside. Oh! Oh, he's gonna...
Oof!
Come on, Verstappen. Come on.
Oh, he's gonna have...
Come on, you got to concede that position
now.
Thank you. That's a deserved penalty. That's deserved.
He's tried.
That penalty was more than deserved for the fact that you decided not even to try and slow down. I seen that.
I mean, he's Top Tom when he did go over. I mean, they did force each other off, fair enough, but Top Tom, the difference where Top Tom slowed down over the bumps, Verstappen just went completely flat out.
It's another penalty for Kowalski. I think
that's
like
this
12 seconds.
Big slides I've seen. Ooh.
Yes,
judging by the big slides I've seen from Verstappen.
Tom, once again, although I'm looking at Verstappen's ERS usage, he has a lot to use. But he's got 12 seconds of penalty. That's going to drop him back all the way to P8.
Well, 15 now because he cut the chicane. He cut the
15, yeah.
turn 2, didn't he?
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Well, the driving I've seen from Verstappen over the last lap, but the sliding he's been doing with all
he's erratic. He's been very erratic at the moment. He's going back up the inside.
He is
though,
on the wall.
Make it stick with it. Okay, fair enough on that one. Fair enough on that. Fair enough on that one. Tom did force him a little bit on that one.
If I was...
Oh, what a time! Oh, there's oh, there's Infamous! He's on the inside! Oh, that did not work out for Tom at all. Oh!
That was close. I don't think
Tom, don't stick your nose in there. There wasn't enough of your car alongside.
If I was Top Tom now, if I was Top Tom, I would just let these two battle. Verstappen's not going to make 15 seconds in the last lap. I'm pretty sure Infamous may have a couple as well.
He has one penalty. One. So Tom can still get the win. Just take it easy, man. Take it easy.
Tom, mate, I don't know if you can hear us, but relax. Relax, bro.
Zen moment. You need a Zen moment there. Try and channel it into to the inner cockpit for you. BSR, we have Infamous on his fellow BSR pilot there. Here we go, and Verstappen does it pit. Top. Head phase as well, at 12 seconds. So he's going to draw it back. Oh, and May's picked himself up another time penalty. Oh, actually, one of the battles to actually look for potentially on possibly the last lap is Benzilla on key minor. Mirror. Thingy. As we head through here once again, top.
Top on Verstappen, maybe? No,
Verstappen has got ultra aggressive all of a sudden.
Try and hang it around the outside, and he does so.
Why does he still have so much ERS? He could afford to run in like hard modes. What are you doing? Look at his usage with even Infamous could run in like high rich modes for the last few laps. Top's fell fourth, by the way. When did that happen?
Yeah, Tom's got to be careful. He isn't full 3 seconds behind DSR Infamous because at the moment he's 1.6 down. Kowalski's defensive. He's going to have to try and go around the outside. He doesn't make it stay. He didn't even go for it in the end. Kowalski is going to have to. I'm not sure how many penalties he's got, but at the moment Verstappen and Kowalski are going to fall behind Tom. Not sure about Infamous, but he's going to have to be careful. Infamous is really going to have to push in this last lap.
Infamous is a bit. So, base Infamous has 3 seconds. That's it. He's only got 1 penalty and a warning. Verstappen's sitting on about 15 seconds of penalty. Kowalski's on 12, I think.
So they're going to fall down probably P5 and P6.
Penalty.
What's happened to Infamous? Oh, Infamous has run out of fuel!
What?
Infamous just run out of fuel! Oh no, he's got a puncture!
Oh, it's a puncture.
Yeah, left rear. He's got puncture.
Oh no! Oh, he went too long. Ben over the key mirror as well in the final lap. They're coming in the final corner. It is going to be Kowalski to take the flag, but who it actually be? Oh, he's so... Oh! It's a big mistake! Oh, he's dropped in a P5. I thought he mashed that. Oh, before going. Oh, whoever that is in the background, this is a crash in the wall. It's Where's Verstappen filled in 7th? Kowalski only dropped to 4th. That's not bad considering he had only one penalty.
Starting from the back, by the way.
Yep.
Look at him.
P3.
He's in P3.
The strategy worked for him. Well done to Tom. And LK got the fastest lap at the end there, having super softs. So there's the one last lap right there. What is going on here with the AI, by the way?
I don't know. Minty's just taking the flag of the pit lane.
Oh, that was a good second half of the race. It was
Yeah,
a bit
it was.
subdued in the first half, but it was better in the second.
Yeah, everybody coming out of the pits, that pit stop phase made this race mental. So, are we doing interviews?
Up to you, really. You want to do that?
Well, it's only pre-season, but I think we probably will leave it since it's only pre-season. Not too much to talk about in terms of championship, although that was an absolutely mega race for pre-season. Hopefully everybody's pushing like that when it comes to the actual season, because that was fun.
What is a classic track next? So I'll read through what the final results were. So Top Dom takes the race victory with key mirror in P2. Benzilla takes P3 from the back of the grid. I think my driver of the day, to be honest. Kowalski in P4, Infamous P5, Amazed P6, Verstappen P7, AK in 8th. Not bad considering he had to for the last lap. Battlers in P9, Minty in P10, Noel in P11, KJ Gamer having this KJ Gamer Racing Account, Bacon Yum, Mighty Dylan, Presto Evans, and Urban Unicorn all did not finish the race.
Well,
So, I look forward
that
to
was
more
it
of
for
that in Brazil.
pre-season, and after pre-season, we're already out of breath. So, I don't think you see people like this after a day of testing. That's for sure. So, I guess there's not really much else we can say. So I think that's going to be it for pre-season around Spain. I think that's going to be it from Sambo as well.
Yep. Unless you have anything to further to add, that's. Look, they decided how, I think it's 4 or 5 championship real life deciders in the past.
I mean,
Anyway,
yeah. Brazil
look forward.
being a finale and being start of the season. So, bit of a balance. This time it's going to be start of the season. So, it should be quite a few battles there. I mean, Spain isn't even one for battles, really. And look what we saw today.
Indeed so. Yeah. Look forward to seeing the rest of the season what we can actually produce. So anyway, until next round in Brazil from me, it's goodbye. I'll leave you to round out.
Yeah, and from me as well, it's